I started acting when I was 3. Film has been my companion from then on. So I think Film Companion is something one should subscribe to. I will. You should.
Air France presents Flying High at Cannes, a series in which we talk to some of the most accomplished Indian artists at the Cannes Film Festival. So it's so good to see you again in Cannes. It's been a few years.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So what brings you to the festival? What all do you have planned here?
There is a Vikram NFT that we are dropping here. And of course, to show the trailer to a few friends in Cannes. And that's it. And meet you.
That's right. I was on your itinerary always, right? Let's talk about Vikram, which has been generating such massive excitement since the teaser dropped, that once upon a time there was a ghost, okay? Everyone has waited. It's one of the most anticipated films of the year. Are you nervous at all about the hype, or because you're such a veteran, you're like basically, as Hitchcock said, playing the audience like an organ?
No, I wish I could. I wish they are so pliable. Probably he knows better. But I'm not nervous because I've seen the film. I'm only concerned certain times, certain good films don't get enough exposure. Thanks to the technology and the net, the web. It's any film with due diligence will get its exposure.
Yeah.
And that's what has happened to
Yeah.
and my fans and people in the web, they've taken it up as if they've been asked to do it. With so much fervor. That,
absolutely, it's got millions of views.
Them. Yeah, we can only thank them.
Yeah.
And say, keep at it.
Tell me, what was the atmosphere on this set like with you, Fahadh Faasil and Vijay Sethupathi? Was there any competition at all?
The whole thing is about, I always think of any talent as competition.
Really?
Anybody.
I love it.
I mean, across genders. I
love it.
It doesn't matter. But that doesn't mean, for me, the winner should be the
film.
The film.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who gets that topical high in that moment.
Yeah.
The scene, I've been taught by my guru, Mr. Kopal, says don't ever steal a scene. You'll get your chance because the director is concerned about fixing everybody in their place and building the film to a crescendo. So don't come and spoil the show by trying to steal the scene. Don't wave or don't bomb a photograph like that. Don't distract the scene. So I am an obedient scene player, and I like comrades who would work like that. And these people, it's one thing to work with rank amateurs where you have to take care of them. Yeah. You have to do a bit of babysitting. But these guys are grown-up guys, they're stallions. And so all I have to do is take care of myself. And above all, this group of, that I have working in Vikram, they all love me so much. And that's a great booster. So you're in good company. It works like a trampoline.
Right.
You go higher than you can possibly jump.
Because the others are also so good.
Also giving you that boost.
How lovely. That's such a wonderful way to put it. Now, I have been told, rumor has it there is a 4th as well.
Yes.
What are you going to tell us about that?
It's no more a rumor. We have to put up our hands and say, yes, that's true. Suriya is playing an incredible last-minute appearance.
Fab.
And that should take the story a little further, probably into part 3.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, let's talk also about the other star in this, which is Lokesh Kanagraj, right? What an incredible directorial voice he is. But I was thinking, You know, you've done this now for what, 6 decades?
Yes.
And I was just trying to think of, is there any part of filmmaking that you haven't been part of? You've even played the heroine, right? So, sir, as a artist, when you are so accomplished, how do you surrender to the vision of someone else?
It's very comfortable. Either you drive the car or you're driven. What's more comfortable than being driven in such traffic?
But you don't do backseat driving.
No, that's never the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Because you might end up crashing up.
Yeah.
So I think he took to the job very well and great enthusiasm. And we are only concerned when we have lazy people helming stuff, then
Yeah.
we get worried. But this man was like, we have to tell him, take care of yourself, don't push it.
What did you learn from him? Are you constantly watching other artists?
See, I believe in the printed word. Everybody should be on the same page.
Yeah.
But he is not too worried about that. Probably because he has many people and he takes care of little things like the background and that. And he's not squeamish about changes that happen.
So he improvises.
He lets us improvise and just watches and sort of sculpts it. So for that you need professional kind of trained people doing that, because then it can go every which way.
Yeah.
So that's what I found surprising. For me, I'm very nervous. I keep...
You're nervous?
Always, because the written word, with a slight accent, it becomes something else. Yeah. The comma falling at the wrong place, or, as I say, somebody trying to steal the show, or trying to play it on the nose.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful, and I get worried. So when I direct, I do so much rehearsals that it's etched in their mind. And when they improvise, they don't even know that they are improvising.
Right.
They go with the flow.
But Lokesh is not one for rehearsals.
He's not. He would suddenly give a new line. I thought of this. What do you think? But that's not what we were thinking of. We were going to say something. What if he says that? Then it becomes, what if he says that? And it builds. It's very interesting.
So you were happy to do it?
I'm happy, yes.
Tell me about just the three of you in a scene together, or the four of you, also Suriya who comes in at the end. How do you sort of match the sur? You know, do you have to talk about that, or does the sur, you know, the tonality of a specific scene, how do you match that? Or how do you synchronize it?
That'll happen. That has to happen. It's like a conversation.
Right.
So, you know things are going wrong when somebody says something wrong. So all have to be careful, because finally the triumph should be that of the scene. So we all engage to push it forward in that direction. And that's what we did. And somebody shouts, and it has to be with the note of the scene.
Right.
Otherwise, the tendency is that it's very contagious. A loud performance begets a loud performance.
The others also match that then.
That's what I'm always worried about.
Yeah. You know, the song, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correct, Pathala, which of course has created headlines for being controversial, but also generated incredible hundreds and millions of views. Tell me, it's a song you've written, it's a song you've sung. Tell me now, because you are in politics, do you mix up politics and cinema, or do you keep it separate?
No, I always have.
Mixed it up?
Yes. I think it's a great podium.
Yeah.
And I am political right from the beginning. So my films, even my guru's films, when we made films, even Ek Duje Ke Liye has that little bit of language
Yeah.
chauvinism which
Yeah.
we are making fun of.
Yeah.
And Zara Si Zindagi leans slightly towards left. You can see that
Right.
leftist kind of anger in that film. All my films, Devarman and Mahanadi, Virumandi, it talks something political.
Yeah.
So I think it's a duty of an artist to be political and not keep away, shrugging the shoulder and saying, I'm just an artist. I pander to the masses and I don't give any messages. If you don't, because I am of the belief that politics definitely affects your life.
Yeah.
So you must have your effect on it. And if you really feel upset about things going wrong, then you should do something to correct the pitch.
To change it. Yeah.
Correct the pitch at least.
Yeah.
Not become too shrill.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you talked about Ek Duje Ke Liye, and there's so much conversation now about the pan-Indian film, but you did it in 1981, right?
No, but I'm very surprised. All of Shantaram Jay's films were pan-Indian.
Right.
Even characters, if you take any of his films, there'll be a South Indian, a North Indian, a Bengali. He was a pan-Indian, and many knew him
Of course.
around India.
Yeah.
And my father was a fan of Shantaram, and it got nothing to do with language.
Right.
And as he matured into a filmmaker, he moved from Kotnis Ki Amar Kahani to a world which he has lost touch with. He was not the pedestrian anymore.
Yeah.
So he has built his own empire, and a very smooth segue into another kind of filmmaking, which is Janak Bhai.
Right. Yeah.
And that's pan-India. So we are nothing new.
This is nothing new. But are you excited at the possibilities?
Yes, I'm always. I mean, I was excited. I was dizzy with Ek Duje Ke Liye after it happened.
Yeah.
I never thought I'll meet Dilip Saab and he'll shake hands with me and talk about my performance. So
How lovely.
Oh yes, it was. And I hadn't, because of the agitation, Hindi agitation and all that, there was a big gap of 15 years when proper releases were not happening, in Chennai at least. So I missed all the best things that were happening as a child.
Yeah.
And it was Javed Saab who said, "What? You have not seen Ganga Jamuna?" I said, "No." Then he said, "You must.
Yeah.
It's a training ground for
Right.
actors." And I went and saw it, and it so happened that it coincided with the Silver Jubilee of Ek Duje Ke Liye, and Dilip Saab was there. I ran up to him and grabbed his hand like a fan. I had tears in my eyes, and I congratulated him for a film. He looked at me and said, "Which one?" I said, "Ganga Jamuna." You know, he was waiting for the punchline, and I had not. I just had to explain to him, said that I'm catching up, so you'll have to forgive me. But it hits me like it's a new release.
How wonderful.
So those were moments I'll never forget.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for the gift.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Coming back to Vikram, the DOP is Girish Gangadharan,
Yeah.
who has done such brilliant work with Lijo in Angamali Diaries or Jellikattu. What was it like to have him sort of shoot this? Because I see the BTS and he's running around like this crazy person with these big machines.
He carries a heavy equipment and maintains a steady frame.
Yeah.
I think his other the name could be Steadicam. Steady cameraman. Because he carries a lot of weight. I've seen an older generation cinematographer who used to carry a Mitchell.
Right.
Because there's nothing called handheld and you have to call for an air reflex.
Yeah.
And sometimes the budget wouldn't allow either this or that. So this man used to literally do follow shots or shoulder held shots with a Mitchell, which is like carrying a person.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah. Did you, as you were shooting it, it looks from the trailer there's a sense of sort of real testosterone, cowboy energy in it. Is that a correct assessment?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Hannah?
yeah,
You guys look like you're having a lot of fun with those guns.
yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm a great.
Did you enjoy it?
Huh?
Did you enjoy
Yeah,
it?
because I brought in all the guns because I own a lot of them. I'm a
Really?
great connoisseur of guns.
Oh,
Yeah, and I don't hunt. Uh, Probably target shooting, but never been hunting. And
but you just like guns.
as a kid, yeah, shooting with an air rifle, hurting a squirrel seemed like fun. But as you grow up, it's not worth hunting for food.
Yeah.
It's available everywhere.
Right, right.
So I think target is more fun. It's a sport.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like it. I'm not good at it, but I'm a fan.
Okay, so you played a part in bringing in some of those guns into the
Well,
narrative.
I think I've done it in the film industry itself because all my films, when they have guns, even for example, Vishwarupam,
Yeah.
some of the bazookas and all that, and my explosions, at least in Vishwarupam, is very realistic.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the cameraman says the camera shook because of the explosion. Is that okay? That's the kind of heavy explosions
Right.
that we use.
Right. So, last question, sir. Does this Vikram have anything to do with the 1986 Vikram?
Except one incident, the rest is not there. That incident is that I made up a story for the first Vikram, which they thought was too maverick and it didn't have enough songs and it sort of moved in a mysterious way, not predictable, so not good.
Huh.
So when he came back and said, I want to call it Vikram, do something like that, not necessarily in that genre, but that kind of action. So I just casually told him about the story.
This is Lokesh.
Lokesh.
Huh.
And I said, now tell me your story. Let's stop it there. I like what you said. Can I go develop it and come back and tell
So,
you?
the germ of the idea came from you?
Yeah. But he's taken it in his own style to another direction. It's the search for the protagonist. You'll see the first scene is, wow, now how are they going to take it forward?
Right.
Very Quentin Tarantino-ish.
Nice. Nice. Well, I cannot wait. I will be in the hall first day, first show. It is always so wonderful to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I love the cowboy look.